Peace and blessed family. It's your girl Sony back again with another one. I did my due diligence for the day. I went out spreading love and light to the brothers and the sisters of Htown. Had some amazing, conversations doing what I do. Now, I really just had a nice time out. It's truly a blessing. Today's not one of the best days dealing with the weather, but I truly enjoyed it. Even when it started raining, I had a little umbrella to get from point A to point B, but I'm gonna always keep it official, no matter what. But it's a beautiful day. Despite the clouds, despite the rain, despite that, I got on a full sweatsuit. Cause normally this time of year in Houston, I got on shorts and a t-shirt and some kickbacks, some flip-flops, some something. But it's still a beautiful day. Why is it a beautiful day? Because we're here, baby. We are 6 feet above. We're still able to maneuver, to love, to talk, some sweet nothings to somebody's son, to somebody's daughter, and having that love of self. I mean, I just purchased 2 truly amazing books the other day. And baby, when I tell you how I cannot wait to shut everything down around me to get into these books, they're more on a spiritual, to increase my spiritual path at this time. But there's so much knowledge within it from this brother from the UK. Baby, I cannot wait to sink my teeth into. See, that's what brings me joy. That's what brings your girl joy. When I learn something that I never knew before. I might know something like a smidget on a topic, but to be able to go deeper and learn some amazing things, different procedures. That's what does it for me. That's what does it for me. I mean, call me what you want, but that's what really does it for me. And don't get me wrong, I love a good laugh. Like, I'm a jokester. I wanted to be a comedian as a kid. I told you that before. It's weird because now that I look back, I had this book of jokes when I was like 4 or 5 by Soupy Sales. Soupy Sales was my favorite comedian growing up. Phyllis Diller, Soupy Sales, Lucille Ball, Rich Little. Of course, we had Pryor, Fox, the people I wasn't supposed to listen to, but I was still listening to them. Carlin, the greats. But it was something about Soupy Sales, something about that little old man that would tickle me. And still to this day, some of my favorite comedians, well, Chappelle, that goes without. But my favorite comedian of all time will be Paul Mooney, rest in peace. Paul was, well, it's between him and Dick Gregory are right there together. I have to say, him and Dick Gregory. Then you got the Pryors, then you got the Murphys, then, you feel me? But because I love, first of all geniuses, all comedians are geniuses, whether you know it or not. You have to have a certain level of brilliance, of intelligence to be able to go into comedy, because comedy is making fun of the darkest parts of your life. It's like we're weird like that, but genius at the same time. So you're able to pick apart the worst things out of you, the worst things out of humanity, and you're able to make light of it, because you can't take nothing serious. You can't take nothing serious. That's why I loved Roseanne. I felt so bad when she went off the air, because she was hilarious. I grew up watching her. She was hilarious. And Andrew Dice Clay, the Dice Man. When I tell you, in his prime, that man was comedy gold. That man was comedy gold. Now, I can't watch him around my daughter, but he was funny. Him and John Leguizamo, when he did that stand-up, Mambo Mouth. When he did Mambo Mouth back in the day, damn, what was that, in the 90s? In the mid to early 90s, John Leguizamo. If y'all don't know it and you're younger, check out Mambo Mouth. That's when we got to see the different characters, and that man is freaking brilliant. Brilliant, I tell you, just freaking brilliant. But I love comedy. If you can make me laugh, it's a wrap. Because I already know I don't think that I'm funny, but I'm funny. But if you can make me laugh, and you could cook, and you could sing, We up from here. We can do whatever we got to do together, baby. I mean, because that's half the battle right there. My God. But I've seen so much in this life that I refuse to bow out gracefully. I'm going to fight until I have my last breath. I'm going to fight for me. I'm going to fight for the children that are in and was in the foster care system. I'm going to fight for the survivors of DV. Like, I'm a fighter. I don't like bullies. I don't like people taking advantage of other people. That's one thing I don't like. I don't care who you are. I'm going to call you out on it. And we cannot sit at the same table. We cannot converse because I don't like stuff like that. I'm not around disrespectful, nasty people. You know, some people just born with a nasty spirit. I can't rock with you. I cannot rock with you because what it's going to do is going to make me dislike you in a way that it's going to make me disrespectful. And I'm not doing the Michael Jackson moonwalk to my past for nobody. You feel me? But I don't like to be around just mean-spirited, nasty people for no reason. For no reason. Because we got a beautiful world out here. Whatever you're not happy with, you have the power to change. And I tell you, the only way you can sit and cry about certain things is if you're held against your will, baby. If you have been held against your will, then we're going to take what you got. We're going to give you some therapy. We're going to let you cry until you heal. But you ain't going to cry your whole life because there's something called healing. But that's the only people that can sit and complain and go through. Because things happen to them that should not have happened to them. But there's a time limit, an expiration date on everything. At the end of the day, we're not going to have you being 55, 60 years old. So something, mama did this and mama did that and daddy did. When are you going to grow up? Life is life for everybody. But when are you going to grow up? Because we can't sing the same old song. It's the same old song with a different meaning since you've been gone. Bum, 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 bum. See, that's what I hear. That's what I hear when somebody singing that same song, the smallest violin. I'm singing the temps in my head. You don't see the movement. But in my mind, it's like, so when you see this expression, just know I'm like, I've checked out. I have mentally and emotionally checked out. There's no pity party here, baby. There's no pity parties. I don't do that. I know people that had some horrific lives. I know some people who have been through the system as children. And the system used them up and spit them out. And they were predators. They was taken from good homes and placed with predators. Predators. They've been preyed on their whole life by their baby fathers and their ex-husbands. And these women still to this day will get up. And if you don't personally know them, you won't know their story. Because they don't walk around crying. They get up and they work these 2 and 3 jobs and they raise their children. And they got their heart hurt. They got slapped in the face. They got this, they got that. And they got back up, washed their face, dried those tears, and did the best that they could do for them and theirs. People came, people went. People came, people went. But they still stayed there and they didn't cry. And these women didn't even get freaking therapy. They didn't even get physical therapy. They just worked it out on their own between them and Jesus and them or whatever God that they served and their sister circle of friends who give that support and that love and that guidance. So I don't do that. I am a sweet person. God gave me the perfect face and body to keep enemies and idiots away from me. But inside, I'm a marshmallow. But only to the right ones, because I will bite. Through time, I had to learn. I can't give this heart to everybody. I can't give this listening ear to everybody. In the world that we live in now, and it's sad, people see kindness as weakness. People see kindness and spirituality as stupidity. Not realizing you playing hopscotch, baby. I've been playing chess since I was born. Because the kindness from your heart and the heart of David that you have for humanity, these people really think that you're dumb and stupid, not realizing I'm always going to do my Father's will. I'm going to do my Father's will. And you should thank God that He allowed me to bless your life or whatever situation. But they're so full of themselves and so full of ego that they think you're stupid and they want to play on you. And it's sad. And we don't get in the mud with animals. Like I told you, we give it to the Father. I can see something a mile away, and I'm going to play that hand out. Somebody came back to me, and I gave the most amazing story, and it was a story. Oh, I missed you. Oh, I was with people, and I thought about you. I said your name. I did this. I did that. I've been in long-term relationships, and I was happy at each and every one of them. Oh, I was pegging. I was doing... Because you gave me bull crap, and I gave it right back to you. But they took it, and they ran with it. Because now they're like, oh, she really does care about me. She cared about me more than I thought. She's a fool. You walked into the trap that you set for you, baby. I tell you, when you walking with the Lord, you ain't never got to worry about nothing. Jesus will tell me when to talk, when to be quiet, and what to say. Because I'm obedient. I'm not going to say what I want to say. Because if I say what I want to say, it's a wrap. If I say what I want to say with the mouth that I have been inherited by my family, you're not going to want to be here no more. Because I'm going to attack you verbally with the truth. From your grandmama's generation to your mama's generation to your generation to the next generation. Ain't none of y'all worth nothing. And none of y'all get along. If you don't like your people, your DNA, it's something wrong with you. Now, I ain't saying we got to just kumbaya because, you know, everybody don't mix. But when you can sit and get venom on your people, baby, that is just a red flag for everybody else. I know coming in the door when I ran into people who didn't rock with their people and they was like, oh, my cousin did this and that. I backed up. Because at the end of the day, baby, all you got in this world is your blood and your word. My family could do the most and have done some amazing things to me. I'm going to tell them before I tell anybody else because ain't no hair on my tongue. I'm not afraid to say nothing. But I'm not going to just bash people to bash you. I'm not going to just come out here and pop up. There's a reason. If Sony's opening her mouth and she's saying something, know me enough to know that I got good sense and there's a reason. There's a rhyme and a reason for everything. I don't just wake up and just... When God say talk, I'm going to talk. When God said, I'm going to shut up and go hermit mode and do what I got to do. So, every closed eye is not sleep. And you got to get out of your ego and realize that God does things perfect. Your karma is to see what you thought wasn't worth it. Was it worth it? Let me work it. God is a good God. When you walk in the light, He will always give you what you want, what you need. In divine timing. It's not up to you to say how, when, and who. No, God does all of that. And He's going to do it perfect, baby. He's going to bring in people that you thought He would never bring in. God is the master planner. I can say, I want Sony to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. No. God will do some stuff like a jigsaw puzzle. And He going to show you, no, this is not what you're going to do. This is what you're going to do. You may thought you was going to be an actor your whole life. Nah, baby, you're going to start drawing. You're going to do this. You're going to make clothes. You can't fight God. You can fight everything. I tell everybody, I can fight the world. I can't fight JC, His Father, or the Holy Spirit. That's three. I cannot fight. I'm going to always be obedient, as should you. So that's why when the enemy does try to attack me, I'm already covered. In my sleep, I'm sleeping like I'm 2 seconds old without a care in the world. While the witches and warlocks try to... I'm covered, baby. Because what I don't see, He sees. And I still got them ancestors. I still got them Africans. I still got them natives. I got them black Cherokees. I got them Eastern Europeans. I got them Jamaicans. I got them Sri Lankans. I got everything that's in me. And they're around and they're going to keep their foot on the necks of everybody. So when I tell you, always give thanks and praise, you ain't got to believe in what I believe in because source is source. We attach different labels, different belief systems, but God is God at the end of the day. And if you rock with God and His pure essence, and I say His out of respect for being born an American, you know, it's still right here. But if you go to God with a pure heart, open and understanding, He will lead the way. Which it could be Jehovah, Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah Shalom, El Shaddai. Come on, baby. Y'all got to stop playing with me. God is God. Spirit, source, the divine spirit, the Holy Spirit, it's all the same. Whether you're a Buddhist, whether you're a Hindu, whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Muslim, it does not matter. God is not a Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim, Islamic type of God. God is God. Get out of that. That's what's holding you back, because y'all put him in a box. And he's here. He's right here waiting for you to go in and meet him. I still read my Bible, but I'm not dumb enough. That's why I went to Islam at 13, because I realized the Christ that my family was following was not the Christ that I was following, or the Christ that I knew, and the Christ that was talking to me since I was a child. And we went on that Islamic path because God had to show me I'm still here. I'm still here. Are you going to find me? Do you know me? Do you know my voice? So you're going to have to go through different places to get to where you need to be. Of course, he could have got me on this walk a long time ago. I've always been there because there was no name for it. It's just a knowing. It's an inner knowing. Like you wake up and you know, I'm a girl. I'm a real girl. You know that's your mama. You know, that might not be your daddy, but you know that's your mama. I mean, we're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it real. A lot of people walk around with daddies that ain't their daddy, but that's your mama. Happy Mama's Day. So at the end of the day, you got to just give it to source. Let God work everything else out, because what you're supposed to have, whatever walk you're supposed to go on, God's going to lead you as long as you're a willing participant, you're open, and you're walking in the light with no malice, and you have the heart of David for God. Let God do all the heavy lifting. All you're supposed to do is have faith and keep going in faith. Rise above what is here in this 3D, because the 3D was created to keep you down. I'm through. That is my love offering for the community. And if y'all knew how much I love y'all, y'all would cry. Because I love humanity. I love you the same way that God loves me. I love you the way that God loved this little brown girl from Brooklyn, New York, who's seen some things, and baby, I don't look like nothing that I've been through. I won't speak on half of the things that I've been through. It's between me and JC, because I'm still rocking and still rolling. And I still pray for my enemies. I pray that they could get out of the darkness that they're in. I pray that they could stop abusing children, abusing themselves, abusing animals, you know, and trying to manipulate nature. Whenever you're trying to do something that's against God, you're trying to manipulate nature. The mirror magic, the sex magic, graveyard magic, everything. Now, hoodoo, voodoo, all of that is not, oh, you're sitting up with pens and you poke. No, it's the intent, it's the voice, it's the words that's being spoken, because it's energy, it's the thoughts, because those are actions, that's energy. It's speaking ill on someone's name. All of this is forms of voodoo. Voodoo. You know, I mean, we could go in and on and, you know, but it is. It's not, you don't need candles and all of that sometimes, because you are the most powerful thing in the universe. If you only knew how powerful you are. Use it for good, not evil, people. Regardless of what's going on right here, I give it to God, because this walk happened the way it was supposed to. Every woman that I went through, every heartache, every child that was taken away from me after the relationship was over, because people don't want you to see their kids no more. You know, they done moved on. You know, you are no longer used to them. Every heartache, every breakup, every loss of job, every pain, happened the way it was supposed to, because it's building you up, it's building your character, it's building your strength and your faith in the one who is greater than you. So don't sit there with no regrets. I regret that I didn't go through it sooner in life. But it happened divinely, in divine time, divine purpose. It's perfect. And as I go to sleep every night, I always say, Father, let your will be done. I want temporary fix. I want to feel good. I want to have this. I want to have that. That's what humanity wants. I've lived long enough to know I got to go through some hurt and some pain. But at the end, your will be done. If everybody in my family pass away, your will be done. Not that I'm not going to be sad, not that I'm not going to go through. But at the end of the day, the only way I'm going to lose my mind is if you leave me, Jesus. If Jesus leave me, then I'm gone. Y'all gonna see me walking the streets with no shoes talking to myself because I ain't got nothing to look forward to, baby. Do you understand? But my mama, my daddy, my sister, my brother, they gonna be all right because they going to a place that's better than this. I'm gonna feel bad that you're not here. Like I miss my two cousins, Arlene and Edie. God rest, I miss them. But at the end of the day, and River, aka William Stanley, but I know they went to a better place. And on that other side of reality, they are kicking ass for your girl. So that's why we revere our ancestors, because they still here. It's about family. And you got family that's going to fight for you, whether they in the dark or they in the light. Because we got both sides, baby. Now, I don't adhere to anything in the dark. But I can't stop them from doing what they got to do, because at the end of the day, it's about blood. It's about DNA. And family will always fight for family. For that lineage, they going to fight. For that lineage, because they've been to a place to understand, I messed up. We got to do this. I messed up in my lifetime. Now, we got to reverse and we got to do this. Y'all going to stop playing with me. Y'all going to stop playing with me. So, at the end of the day, family, I'm passionate, because when you seeing somebody here that's walking in the light, I could have gave up a long time ago. Went through this 3-year situation of learning and growing. I could have went to any strip club, picked up a couple of chicks. I mean, we're going to keep it real because it's the world that we live in. And I got a Tuesday chick. I could do the weekend thing like SZA, on the week. Come on now. I could have a bunch of people doing this for me, doing that for me, and I could care less about y'all. I could tell them, I don't care. But as long as you doing what you got to do, rolling around in that king size, they okay with it. And they willing to take what you put out. Y'all not hearing me. And I didn't have to worry about anything. I wouldn't have to stand on a food pantry line. I wouldn't have to worry about paying a bill and doing this and doing that. It's like, oh, let me go back to school. No, because my chicks would have made sure everything was okay. All I had to do was sit back and just feed them whatever line I wanted to read. Feed them. And they would have took it. Whether they was in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, or their 60s. Because everybody want to be loved. Everybody want to be accepted. Am I lying? But no. I'm walking with the Lord, because I ain't never going to put the same hurt out there that was put on me. Catch that. I will never put that hurt out there who just saw you as a wallet, who saw you as a means to get over, to saw you as a energy, something to siphon energy, to saw you as a good roll around in a situation. You don't treat people like things. We are people. So I sat here and did the hard work. I said, you know what, Lord, let me go in, fight these shadows that's been chasing me since I was a kid. Let me address the things that the monster in the room, the elephant in the room that I want to act like don't exist. Let me sit and talk about the things that I ignored for the whole 8 years that I did in therapy in my 20s, because I didn't want to address it. I didn't want to get down to the real work. What made Sony pick this type of person? What made Sony do? And that's why I came out a different person, because I went in and I healed. I didn't blame nobody. I didn't say, oh, because this person cheated on me and could have gave me an STI or did this and did that, and that's why I'm going to do this to everybody I want. No. That was to wake you up. That showed me you need to pick better people. You need to have your head on a swivel, because, baby, that action right there could have taken you out. Or if it didn't take you out, you can have something that you will have until the day that you leave here. Do you understand me? So I don't sit and try to play pity party, because I've never been locked up. I've never been taken against my will. I played a part in everything in my life. So I take full accountability and responsibility for everything that has happened in my life. But you use it as a lesson and a blessing to stand up and say what you're not going to do, what you're not going to accept. And you can see this a mile away. But you don't hold this to yourself. You tell them babies that's in your family that's 16, 17, in their 20s and they're going through. Titi went through this. I had a friend that saw this. They went through that. They did this. They did that. So when they're going through it, oh, it's going to click. Titi told me that she was in love with somebody before, and they did this and they did that, and the only reason she did it because she didn't love herself. And let me not date for a while so I could pour into me, so when I do get back out here, I can find people that really love me, People that's not going to look at me because I got a fat butt. People that's not going to look and say what that mouth do, what that neck do. The worst things I ever went through is on the internet because I want somebody else to live and learn what not to do. To put that love of Christ, of God, of Jehovah, of Allah in you. Because when you love you, can't nobody finesse you. Can't nobody come and say something to make you feel good. Because you got mother wounds, because you got daddy wounds, because you got abandonment issues. Can't nobody come and finesse you. Because your foundation is sturdy. It's built on Jesus. You didn't build a house on sand. You didn't build a house on rubble. You built a house on the Lord. And can't nothing overtake that, baby. So I will always be an open book. I'm authentically Sony. Am I perfect? No, none of us are perfect. But you use what you went through as a catalyst to help others, baby. If my hurt and pain could help the next generation so my nieces and nephews don't have to run into the demons and demonas that I ran into, God bless us. God bless. I'll let you know everything. If my daughter don't never had to go through nothing, feeling secondary, feeling out of place, and feeling out, my God, my job has been done. My job is done. That's what my walk is about. I don't know what yours is, but that's what my walk is about. That's what I don't do. Small talk. I'm not shallow. If we're going to talk about some real things. How we going to make some changes? How we going to do some things? How we going to not be the people that we used to be? How we going to help the next generations that's coming up? Because they walking in the shadows of what we left behind. Because I and my generation are the results of the failed civil rights movement. Yeah, y'all ain't hear me. Because everybody bounced when things got hard and people was getting knocked off and knocked off and knocked off. People went to the streets where they was either abusers. That's where all these methadone clinics and dope and everything else rang up because, you know, New York was on fire, and that's what I grew up in. We had the dope, and then we had the krills in the 80s. That's what raised us. Or you got the brothers and sisters that left the revolution and they went and got some government jobs. They got, yeah, government jobs. Y'all feel me? Because they didn't want to fight the man no more. The man is killing us. The man is doing this. The few that was able to break out and go to Cuba and all these other places. But at the end of the day, yeah. So we had to make way with what they left behind. We had to make way with what they left behind. And our neighborhoods went from being neighborhoods to being the hood. Because you took the neighbor out the neighborhood and we just had the hood. And we still got the hood. I know people that's in a couple of $100,000 worth homes and it's still the hood. Because it's the mentality, baby. It's not the place. It's the mentality. And it's weird growing up because the children in my neighborhood, because it was still a neighborhood to me, wanted to be in the suburbs. We wanted to have that easy life just to go to school and be kids. We didn't have to worry about what's for dinner and who's paying the rent, who's doing that. But the funny part, the kids in the suburbs, they wanted to be in the hood. They wanted to be out there selling krills. They wanted to be on the block. They wanted to have a big boom box and do this and do that. It says a lot. So be careful what your children consume. Family time is the most important time. The hours between 3 and 6 are the most dangerous for children. They have that free time. That's where the gangs come in. That's where teenage pregnancy come in. Everything comes in between 3 and 6 if they are not properly supervised. And I know this because I did a lot of research on my papers because that was my mindset right there. So know where your children are. Even if you at work, because, you know, mamas, we got a lot of single mamas. We got a lot of single daddies. We got a lot of different things. Our families are different. We got nuclear families at this point. But between 3 and 6, know where those babies are. Because if you don't know in a couple of years, it's going to show up where they've been. If you got to, please hold, you have a call from. Or you hear a baby crying in the background and you're a nana now at 42. I'm out. Y'all get it. The passion. I love you. This is my love offering to the community. And if someone's offended, I'm glad that you was offended. Because that means that you still got a beating heart in there. And that means that it's something for you to work on. And if you wasn't, God bless you. Because it's all in love, baby. To all my people out there, whether you have children, out your body, whether you are a stepmama, whether you are auntie, whether you're a grandmother, whether you're a friend. It doesn't matter. Happy Mother's Day to you, and we thank you for pouring into our children. Not the ones who sitting up there saying, get out my face, because I'm on TikTok. Get out my face, leave me alone. Get out my face. Yeah. The mamas, who's taking an interest, who's still taking their little grandchildren to see the Michael Jackson movie, who's still having Big Mama meals on a Sunday. It don't even have to be a Sunday. You can come to Big Mama house on a Tuesday and I got you, baby. Who's calling them babies on their little iPhones. Family's family no matter what. We might not get along, and sometimes we might go years without talking, but family's family. We can't fix the world till we fix what got the same DNA as us, if it's worth fixing, because everybody ain't worth fixing. You give it to God, you keep it moving. But we in need of love. Love is all we really need. All we need is love, 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 love. Love is all we really need. On that, I'm going to let you go. Do something special this weekend, babies. Do something special. Get out that house. Invite them family and friends over. Invite the friends over who mothers have transitioned, who grandmothers have transitioned. This is what these weekends are for. Instead of you being home, because sometimes we don't want to be bothered. My mother's not here. I feel a certain type of way. But sometimes invite those people to your house. Invite those people out. Even if it's for a drink, even if it's for lunch. Mother's Day is Sunday. You might want to do things with your boo and whatever. Take them out on a Saturday. Take them out on a Friday evening. Be like, girl, I was thinking about you. I just want to touch base. Make sure you're okay. ... And the men too, because men feel just like we do. Jimmy, I know your mother passed away. Yeah. We're interconnected, baby. We are all interconnected. What affects one of us affects all of us. Until next time, I pray that y'all have a miraculous weekend. Give them love back, the love back to the mamas, to the grandmamas, to the great-grandmamas. Because some of y'all still got great-grandmamas. God bless y'all. Y'all got 3 and 4 different generations. God bless you. I mean that. Love. And for those that's not here, remember Big Mama. Remember the lessons that she taught you. Remember the things that she did for you. Hold on to them voices and feel that hug. Smell her perfume. Smell behind her ear. Smell the muffins cooking. Smell her favorite milk. Because they still here, baby. They still here. Peace and blessings, love and light. I did not mean for this to be a 32-minute video, but I'm out. Ashe.